What does it mean to die well? Most people fear death. Some deny it. Many try to ignore it, but the Stoics believed death was not the enemy. It was the final test. To them, death revealed whether philosophy was just words or a way of life. And no one proved this more than three of the greatest Stoics: Seneca, Cato, and Marcus Aurelius. Their lives were filled with hardship. Their deaths were legendary, and together they show us how to face the end with courage, with dignity, and without fear. Seneca, the philosopher forced to die Rome, 65 AD. Emperor Nero has discovered the Piso conspiracy, a plot to overthrow him. Among those accused, Seneca, once Nero's tutor and advisor. Nero orders Seneca to take his own life. Imagine the scene. Seneca is surrounded by friends and family. Panic fills the room, but not in him. He calmly tells them to stop weeping. He reminds them that death comes to all and that philosophy has been preparing him for this moment. Tacitus records how Seneca opened his veins, then, when blood flowed too slowly, drank poison, and finally entered a warm bath to hasten his end. He spoke words of consolation, dictating lessons even as life left his body. He proved his own teaching. He who has learned how to die has unlearned how to be a slave. Seneca's death was not just an execution. It was his last lesson, that even when robbed of choice, you can choose how to face the inevitable. Cato the Younger, the man who refused to bow. Now we travel back to 46 BC. Julius Caesar has seized power. The Roman Republic is crumbling. Cato the Younger, known for his unbending principles, refuses to live under a tyrant. In Utica, after Caesar's victory, Cato dines with friends. He reads Plato's Phaedo, a dialogue on the immortality of the soul. Then he makes his decision. He draws his sword and plunges it into his chest. Doctors rush to save him. They stitch the wound. They plead with him to live. But Cato tears the wound open again with his own hands, refusing to be healed. Cato chose death over submission. For him, freedom meant more than life itself. As Seneca later praised him, Cato was conquered, but not subdued. His death was brutal, shocking, but also a declaration that integrity is worth more than breath. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king's final breath. Finally, we come to 180 AD. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor-philosopher, is on campaign with his legions in the north. The empire is weary. So is he. Disease spreads through the camp, likely the plague. Marcus falls ill. He knows the end is near, but there is no drama, no rebellion, no forced suicide. Instead, Marcus accepts death as calmly as he accepted every hardship of his reign. His meditations had prepared him. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When his son, Commodus, was brought to him, Marcus reportedly said, "Go to the rising sun, for I am already setting." No rage, no fear, just acceptance. He died as he lived, a man who saw death as nature's law, nothing more. The Stoic way of death Seneca, forced to die by the cruelty of Nero. Cato, who chose death over tyranny. Marcus, who met death as he met life, with calm acceptance. 3 different deaths, one common thread: freedom in the face of fate. The Stoics didn't believe philosophy was about abstract theories. It was training for life and for death. Seneca reminded us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Cato showed us that liberty is worth dying for. Marcus taught us that death is not tragedy, but transformation. Their deaths weren't just endings. They were the final pages of a philosophy lived to the extreme. Closing reflection. And so I'll leave you with this. When your final moment comes, as it must, how will you face it? Will you weep, rage, resist? Or will you meet it as the Stoics did, prepared, free, unafraid? Because the truth is, we do not choose how long we live, but we can choose how well we die.